Hey everybody, it's Jimmie Bratcher. How are you all doing tonight? I am good, just hanging out at the house and checking, make sure everybody's stream is up and running. Facebook's online, YouTube is online. What's going on with y'all? That's what I want to know. What's happening? Sherry and I are hung out here at the house. We are doing the deal. Definitely looking forward to the day when we can get out of here. We can go back to normal. So I hope that you are too. I know that a lot of us are. If it's like me, I'm getting restless. Hang on, I'm sending a message to my Facebook page. We are restless, and not like my song "Restless for the Sun," but we are definitely ready to get back to. I guess we can say normal. I don't know if we can say normal or not, but get to a new normal of hanging out. Well, we got 11 people online already, so. I'm glad to be back. We took Friday off for Good Friday, so all of the churches and pastors and all of my buddies that are pastors around the world could have access to that without me being there in their way or acting like I'm competing with them, because I'm not. I'm on their team. And in that same spirit, just so you know, starting this week, I'll be doing tonight, tomorrow night, skip Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'll be doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will be live here, and I will announce tomorrow I will announce tomorrow when I'm going to do a live concert. I'm thinking about doing it Friday night, so at our normal time, just doing an extended time of music, maybe doing an hour instead of a half hour. I try to keep these around a half an hour. So how was Easter Sunday? That was different, wasn't it? I think maybe there's been a few times that Sherry and I haven't been in church for Easter Sunday because we were traveling or doing something like that. But this was definitely different to be home. We watched, see, who all did we watch? We watched our friends Kirk Bowman at the Rock of Asheville, the Rock Church in Asheville, North Carolina. We also watched the Rock here in Kansas City, the Rock of KC. We watched some of let's see who else. Some of Capital City Church in Washington D.C. Dennis and Donna Pasante. Who else did we watch? If Sherry was here, she could remind me. We watched several churches we watched Life Community Church in LaPorte, Texas, because I was singing down there in Texas, and so that was fun. Pastor Alan and Shelley Neal, they were kind enough to invite me to be part of their Easter service. So I think the way it worked out, I was like pre-worship or something, so I kicked it off right off the bat, and that was great. So it was good to be part of that. So today, Sherry and I have been working on the cookbook. She's been editing, doing the final edit on it, and I have been working on music. So, in fact, I'm going to give you a sneak preview here in a minute of a song I've been working on, and it's a song about Sherry, because when Sherry and I got married, the only thing she could cook was fried chicken and gravy, and so, which is fabulous, but that's the only thing she knew how to cook. And so I wrote a song about Sherry's cooking, and in fact, let me just play a little bit of it. Hang on here a second. This is a really different song for me. I don't normally write jazz songs, and I don't normally sing in this low of a register, but so this song's not even finished yet. So I'm waiting. Brandon Draper's going to do some drums on it, I think today, and then it'll have to go to mix and mastering and everything. So this is just kind of rough stuff. My friend, so it's me playing guitar and singing. Larry Van Loan, our friend in Nashville, Larry, who played on the new Christmas stuff we released last year. He played on the Electric Rev, and he's just a great, great musician. Kansas City musician. Kansas City legendary musician. So it's Larry playing organ, piano, and he's playing organ, bass. Me playing guitar and vocal, and then Brandon will be doing drums on it. But here you go. It's called Baby, I Like What You're Cooking. Here we go.
She knows how to treat me. She knows what I like. When I come home from work at night, baby, I like what you're cooking.
You know that's the truth.
She's always ready. She's so fine. She's cooking something about to blow my mind. Baby, I like what you're cooking.
Big guitar solo. Comes the fried chicken part.
She can only fry chicken and make gravy, but that's alright with me. She won't open for me. A man can live on fried chicken alone, and baby, I'm living proof, baby. Baby, oh baby, I like what you're cooking.
There you have it. Hot off the press. I mean, I recorded that guitar part today, so and the vocal. So let me know what you think. That's kind of different for me and for this project, but I wanted to do that. You know, I've written a lot of songs about my wife. Let's see, I wrote Restless for the Sun on Red. I Love My Baby on Red. It Just Feels Right on Secretly Famous. I wrote Starting All Over Again on Secretly Famous. I wrote Best Christmas of All on the Christmas album. I sure could have her own album for for all that. But that I love my wife, and tomorrow Sherry and I have been invited again by our friend Abby Lopez to speak to her Facebook Live group in Poland, which is a real treat. I think last time we were on there last week, and she had, I think, between 4,000 and 5,000 people on there. So that's, how cool is that? You know, we can sit here and go on a missions trip and be gone and back in an hour. So that's a good thing. I did read a couple of things. My daughter Amanda Shearer, she posted what's it feel like having to cook all these meals? And I know that that's going on for sure, that a lot of people are cooking. I know that we haven't been out for a meal, in a month. We haven't been out for a meal. And I told my friend Frank Hicks, who owns Knuckleheads, that Sherry was jonesing for some Sonic French fries. And last night, he came by the house with a bag of Sonic French fries and a Route 44 Diet Cherry Limeade for Sherry. And that's a neat thing. So we appreciate that, Frank and Mary. So I heard that Walmart, now the new thing to hoard is hair color. So now everybody's going and buying up hair color. And I was looking, I appreciate what my friend Clint Byers down at Forward Church in Noonan, Georgia, he posted this today. Here it is, quote, "Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes that reason is people eat bats," which is the craziest deal ever. Why would people want to eat bats? It just doesn't make sense. Why do people want to eat rats? Why do people want to eat dogs? I saw today that I guess a lot of the world leaders are rising up because the wet markets are now reopened again in China. And there should be an outcry from the entire world about that, for the havoc that's caused on our world. So we all should have a strong voice about that, just because we don't want any more stuff like this taking place. Do you hear me? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? We want to be done with this, and we want to get back to or go forward from where we are. That's what we're doing. So I got to thinking today about some things that I've talked about on here, and I wanted to go back and revisit them. I had a strategy when I first started streaming, which I guess this is my 4th week. And as I've mentioned, I'm going to continue to do this as much as possible, depending on what our travel schedule is like after this is over. We have a travel schedule that starts the end of May and runs pretty much uninterrupted until the end of December. Every week we are scheduled to be, I think pretty much every week we're scheduled to be somewhere doing something. A lot of music this summer. We're headlining the Blues Festival in Kearney, Missouri. And let me see, I can look that up and tell you when that is. If it happens, I'm sure it probably could. It's May 23rd. And so we're scheduled to headline that Blues Festival in Kearney, Missouri at Jesse James Park. Kearney's my daddy's hometown in Clay County, Missouri. It's where Jesse James lived and is buried there. So we're scheduled to do that. And then June 6th, we start the Transformation Tour, which is at Knuckleheads, will be the first release of the cookbook and the first EP, which depending on, we'll have to make a decision here pretty quick. We might make that a digital release and then push the hard copy release of the cookbook off until August 1st, which is our next date. So we have 3 release dates for I'm Hungry. We have June 6th, August 1st, and October 3rd. But back to my point, I was thinking about some of the things that I shared going into it, about what we can do in order to make it through this thing. And I had to admit, I'm kind of worn out from this. And I want to get back to being able to go out to eat and to go hear live music and to go to church and to do what it is that we do. I'm anxious to do that. I don't want a bunch of people getting sick and losing loved ones, but at the same time, I'm ready to get started again. But my first strategy for this whole thing, I'm calling this Corona Strategies, is this. Romans 12:21. But don't let evil conquer you, but conquer evil by doing good. We have to be those people that are intent on overcoming the evil that's trying to conquer us with good. Now, what does that mean in your world, in my world right now? Well, you got to make out a list of people that we need to love on, we need to share with, and we need to care for. You know, Sherry, she's much better at this than I am. I gotta say that she is, but she made I can't remember when it was. I think it was Friday. It was Friday or Saturday. It was Friday. She made a pot of pinto beans and cornbread, or ham, beans, and cornbread. And my sister Patsy, who's vulnerable from her immune system and her age, she commented that she would love to be at our house and have it. So next thing I know, Sherry's boxing up a bunch of that stuff, and I'm taking it to my sister. And so just anything simple like that. And we can do those things without having to leave the house. We can text people, we can call people, we can FaceTime, we can do Facebook Live or whatever it is that we can do. But we can not allow this evil to conquer us. And the way this verse is structured, when it says don't let, meaning that authority is ours. Evil doesn't have a right to conquer us unless we allow it or permit it to conquer us. We have to stand against it. And the strategy that we have for standing against it is always doing good. Then it goes on in Galatians 6:9, it says this, so let's not get tired of doing what's good. That's another strategy that we can have. And I'm preaching to myself right now. I'm feeling it. I feel the as I say, the annoying, not the anointing, the annoying. And but let's not get tired of doing what's good. I know this is a long time, and we're going to get through this. So how we're going to get through it is we're going to do good. At just the right time, we'll reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Again, the authority is ours. We got to keep doing it, even if we don't feel like it. We got to keep after it. And then this latest, I've added this verse to these three strategies, and it's John 13:35. It says, and Jesus is talking, and I love Jesus, reading when Jesus talks. He says this, and by this will all know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. So that's a tremendous thing. I mean, a lot of the reasons why people don't want to go to church is because they've seen how church people treat each other. And I've been saying this for years and trying to present a different model that if people are going to see that Jesus is real, it's going to be because of how we treat one another. And we've got to treat each other with dignity and worth and respect, regardless of what our beliefs are. So what does all of this look like to you? How can you overcome evil by doing good? How can you have a strategy not to quit? And how can you show love for one another? And I believe that, when Jesus said this, I don't think he was just talking about the disciples, how they treat each other. He was talking about how they treat everyone, because Jesus was all inclusive in his work. I mean, he came to die once for all. Now, does that mean everybody's born again? No, it's a thing that happens by faith. It's a choice, and love is always a choice. So we have the opportunity to really do what the Bible says and shine like lights. And how we do that is by how we love one another and how we treat people. So I got some more music for you tonight. This song is one of my very favorite songs I've ever written. It was on my Red album. And by the way, just so you'll know, up in the header, up in the top of the post, there's some links up there. There's a link to a Spotify playlist. I would appreciate it if you would And it has all of my songs. It's like there's 7 hours of my music on there. You can just put it on shuffle and walk away, and it'll play forever. But I would appreciate it if you do go to that playlist, that you follow me on Spotify. There's, I think, the YouTube video for God Screams that we played last Friday is still on there. Let's see what else is on there. Oh, subscribe to my YouTube channel's on there. And then if you want to make a contribution, you can make a contribution. But this song was on my Red album. It's a lyric video, and the song's called Mercy. It goes like this.
Can I tell you a story from not too long ago about a man whose life was wrecked, couldn't take it anymore? When it seemed that all was lost, one night down on his knees, no place left to turn. This is what he said. Is there anyone out there who would care for a sinner like me? One whose life is all undone, full of pain and misery. If there's someone out there, would you please answer me right now? Deep within, these words seem to comfort him somehow. There is mercy. There is mercy. Single mom all on her own, babies by her side. She lost his love and now she fights just to get by. She does her best, but it seems at times her best just ain't good enough. And on her knees at night in prayer she finds everlasting love. There is mercy. There is mercy. When it seems that all is lost and there's no place you can go, there is one who's always there. Forgiveness he will show. If you look, you see his arms are waiting for you now. And with kindness in his voice, you can hear him shout. There is mercy, mercy for you. There is mercy.
Well, there you have it. That's a lovely song. I love the guitar solo in that song. I had just gotten guitar built for those sessions, and broke it out for that and put it on there. In fact, it was broken when I just put new pickups in it, and I got it fixed just in time to do that session. So here we are, and I was looking through some of the comments. Let me buzz over there real quick and look at those. And Michael Thomas Willis said something about God's love. David Betzer's on here. Pastor David down in Florida. I was looking at his page. I don't know the name of your church, Pastor David. I know he's down in Miami. He used to be down in Branson, but post that. Josh Berry, man, that's a flashback. Josh, how you guys doing, man? It's good to connect. And but anyway, Michael said, let's see. He said something about the love of God. I'm trying to find it. Oh, perfect. He said, perfect love never fails. Yeah, and my take on that is I have this quote that I've been saying for the last 20 years that's in my message that I've preached so many times around the world, called Take It to the Limit, which is on my it's on my YouTube page. And the quote that I use is that so that message has 2 points: that we have to take our faith to the limit, because faith is the thing that pleases God, Hebrews 11:6, and we have to take our love to the limit, and we have to take our love to the limit with each other, because that's what John 13:35 says. People will know that we're for real by how we love each other. But we have to take our love to the limit, also with the people that don't believe like we believe. And my quote in that is that, I'll get the quote mark going here. Love is the indefensible strategy of heaven. Heaven has a plan. That plan is God's plan. God's plan is to love us regardless of what we've done. And he made a way for his love to be available to us by faith in Jesus alone. And faith is just simple trust. That's all it is. That's all God has ever asked from us, and all he will ever ask from us is just for us to trust him, and that his love has our best interests at heart. And Jesus made a way for us to trust his love. So love is the indefensible strategy of heaven. And some of you tonight, you might be going through a time with your kids or with your marriage or whatever, and your love is challenged. Somebody in your house, like me, is under the annoying and hard to live with, but love never fails. And we have that promise from 1 Corinthians 13 that says, and all the things, that love is defined as there. But it says that love never fails. So we can continue to do that without any problem whatsoever. So I'll be back tomorrow night at 6, and I will announce tomorrow when I'm going to do a live concert. We'll get a Facebook event put up so that you can share that. Take advantage of the resources that are up in the header. If you like the lyric video, the Mercy lyric video, it's on the YouTube channel. You can go over there and grab those things and share them. They're all free. We did those last year with Shane Smith. Did all those things for us, and she did a fabulous job on them. I'm always amazed at everything that I've sent her, just how it comes back, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So that's up there. But Sherry Bratcher has a song. She likes my blues stuff, my just down dirty rotten blues stuff. And this song was from Red, and she likes it. It's called 3 Chords. It goes like this. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.
When he walked into the room, it was all business, that's for sure. When he walked into the room, it was all business, that's for sure. He walked up to the band and said, play 3 chords and no more. He said, play me 3 chords, 12 bars and burn it slow. He said, play me 3 chords, 12 bars and burn it slow. I don't know about you, but whenever I get the blues, play me 3 chords and no more. Let me tell you, people, well, I ain't got nothing but the blue. Let me tell you, people, well, I ain't got nothing but the blues. I don't know about you, but whenever I get the blues, play me 3 chords and no more. Hey! Doctor, come and cure my condition. I don't need a physician, write me out a prescription. I don't need no surgeon, cut this aching out my heart. Just play me 3 chords, somebody wail on that guitar.